during good time, every bank wants to do business with you. But during COVID, very few banks has the vision and courage to work with us.
The world is moving faster than ever before. Entire industries are being reshaped overnight, and leaders are having to make decisions in conditions no one would have ever predicted. So, what the series does is it gives you an inside look into how these decisions are made or can be made. Real-life stories and lessons from leaders who know how to navigate this volatility, who know how to build trust, and who move forward when the future feels uncertain. Hello, Jane, CEO of one of the fastest growing, biggest online travel company. You are such a rock star in the entire business world. We all honestly don't know how you do it, but as my friend and someone I really look up to, I just want to thank you for your time and your energy.
Thank you so much, Su Shan, for having me.
First of all, how do you cope with so many customers? I know you put the customer first, and yet you scale at the speed and pace that you do. Please share your secret sauce.
Our philosophy is customer first, partner second, and Trip.com the third. So to illustrate our value, we did a very good job during the most difficult time for travel industry.
Oh, during COVID?
During COVID.
Oh, okay.
If you remember, the borders shut down.
Yes, nobody was traveling.
And New Year's Eve normally is the peak time for customers to travel.
Yes.
Many of the customers already paid airlines and hotels lots of money. Now they're forced to be locked down within the border. So our executive team members had a call, what do we need to do? So within 5 minutes, we made a decision that we need to borrow money from the banks to advance refunds to the customers.
Really?
So cumulatively, we borrowed 20 billion to advance payments and refunds to the customers. So now business is back. Customer remembered what we did during this difficult time. So now they all come back with us. So that's what we did to adhere to our principle, customer first.
But I think in doing the really difficult thing, you put trust above everything else, right?
True.
Building trust for your customers.
Right.
And that's very long-term thinking.
Right.
And in a way, at the time, quite risky because we didn't know how long COVID was going to last.
Right. I was very grateful for the support we got from DBS. If you remember, during the very difficult time, we tried to do raise a fund for 1 billion, 1.5 billion. And DBS, during this such a difficult time, participated in the fundraising. So that's what we called partner the second. During difficult time, we noticed the small and medium-sized business were suffering from the shortage of cash. So we established a 2 billion partnership fund to help small and medium-sized partners with their cash flow.
Well, these like the hospitality partners, the hotels,
local tour operators, rental car businesses, small business and homestay type of business. So now business is back. Everybody remembered what we did during difficult time. They are all coming back to our ecosystem.
I know in China you all say 风雨见真情, right? You know, I think we were both in a way the partner that goes through thick and thin, and especially when times are bad. Right. I think that's crucial.
Our team is so impressed by your leadership and your team's support during the very difficult time, because during good time, every bank wants to do business with you. But during COVID,
it's when times are bad.
Exactly.
That you're really
very few bank has the vision and courage to work with us. And I still remember when we talked with you, you immediately leaded the team to participate.
I think we both realized what was the right thing to do, right? And let's just do it. Sometimes in life, you have to take those risks, right? In hindsight, 2020, you did the right thing for your customers. I hope that we did as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But now things are good and you're growing again and growing at a hugely fast pace. Can I ask you, Jane, because the world is changing so fast with AI, businesses are trying to catch up. You had a head start because you started anyway digital first, correct? Now, how is Trip.com harnessing digital first with the new tools that came out 2 years ago with generative AI and now with agentic AI? How is your team harnessing these new tools? First of all, how do you learn? Because you're already ahead. But even though you're ahead, actually, the new tools come in, you might have to go back and learn to be ahead again.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
How do you keep up?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at our history in the past 26 years, when we started our business, we built a 10,000 employee call center in Shanghai, while everybody else is opening up a retail store around the road. We believe the efficiency is better when we centralize the call center and reach out to the whole country. And then after a couple of years, the internet took off. So we moved our business to PC. And then after a couple of years, mobile comes along, smartphone comes along. We move everything onto mobile first. And then now the AI start to come. All the engineers are very excited. So we invest heavily on AI. So there are 4 areas which we already see very good results. The first one is the user's interface. In the past, when you look for a hotel, for example, you need to say, oh, I need a 5-star hotel, 2 kids, 1 pet, swimming pool near the Grand Central Station in New York. And the system will search for you and pop up with a couple of hotel selection. Now you can have a very nice conversation. The system knows how many children you have, when is your birthday, what kind of hobby you like. They will recommend the right product for you.
So it's more chat, if you will, right? It's less about form filling digitally, but more chat and
more casual. So that improves the user's interface, make it more friendly. The second thing is productivity. Our engineering team told me last year they can save 15 to 30% coding time. But this year they told me the work they used to do in 5 days can be condensed to 1 to 2 days.
Wow.
So huge uplift.
That's an 80% uplift.
So productivity will be increased significantly. The third way is customer service team. By using AI, we're able to use a bot to handle standard call and further increase the efficiency and customer satisfaction rate. And lastly is the content generation. Using AI, we can create audios and videos and pictures very efficiently. So these are the 4 areas which we already see great results. And going forward, as the technology is still progressing, we'll be able to further enhance our users' interface and have more products.
This sounds fantastic and quite scary, frankly, because, I mean, when I open, social media, sometimes I see myself, but it's not me. It's a scammer. It's a deepfake.
Right.
To be authentic in a time of generative AI, how do you still keep that authentic feel in your ad? Because I love the UX of Trip.com. I'm a very happy customer.
Thank you.
And the feedback loop is really good. You kind of almost know where I want to go before I even know it, which is quite scary. Very contextual. But how do you see travel journeys changing now? How do the young Gen Zs that are coming to the marketplace, right? We have millennials, we have people, older people like me, but how are the Gen Zs changing the travel business?
Yeah, sure. So we have seen the new trends during the holiday, which we called 3 Ls. The first L is long distance.
Long distance.
The second one is long stay. The third one is long tail products.
Long tail.
People start to travel very far to remote area. We also see a trend which we call the 3 Es. So the first E is mainly geared towards young people. So it's called events plus travel.
Events plus travel. So they might go for a concert, for example.
Taylor Swift shows in Singapore.
Now Blackpink.
In Hong Kong. And then G-Dragon in Korea. And also Olympic Games
so
in Paris. We center around these major events plus a travel package. And that is very popular for young people.
So do you actually book the tickets and then the hotel and then whatever experience kind of all in one package?
Yes.
And it's better for them to do that? than to kind of do it on their own.
Exactly. If they come to Singapore so far away, they already bought the tickets.
Yes.
It's better for them to see Night Safari,
Yeah.
National Museum, try Disney Cruise.
Yeah.
So we try very hard to make sure they center around a major events plus a travel package to make it very comprehensive.
So I'm going to ask you for a hack here. So Jane, if I need to get tickets to a K-pop concert that I know is happening in a few months' time, am I better off coming to trip.com to try and get a package?
Yes.
Really?
Our Black Diamond customers will get priority. We will open, the priority link will be shorter for them.
Right.
They will be able to get the package.
Wow, that's a great hack to know.
Yeah, and we don't do any markup for the tickets.
Yeah.
Instead, we just sell the whole package. So it's very reasonable. Price is very reasonable. The second E is elderly friendly.
Elderly friendly.
Yes.
Okay.
So in China, the retirement age is very young.
Yes.
Between 50 to 60.
Oh, wow.
People
And
can
that's young.
already retire.
Yeah.
And this generation made money.
Yes.
They're healthy.
Yes.
They're curious.
Yes.
They're ready to travel.
Yes.
And the benefit for this group is that they're not time sensitive. So we work with local tour operator, local hotels. We can bring them during the slow season where the hotel has lots of availability.
Yes, yeah.
They can offer very good deal for this elderly friendly group. And they can stay longer.
Yes.
And the buying power for this group is 3 times as high as the young team.
Oh, wow.
So our
it's a bit more
local,
luxurious, a bit slower.
stay longer, enjoy more. If you give them afternoon tea plus travel photographer package, they will enjoy their trip very much. So that's the second E.
Yeah.
The third E is emerging market.
Oh, okay.
So for example, in the winter, the top 3 travel destinations are Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Which even surprised me.
Safaris,
Even
right?
surprised me because South Africa is so far away. In the summer, Finland, Greenland, Iceland become very popular. So these are the emerging market we're trying to.
So new exotic countries that high end. Wow, there's so much evolution and excitement in the travel industry. You've been in a business and you've seen many trends. How do you stay ahead of the trends? Do you use data or do you immerse yourself in different customer journeys? How do you learn?
Yeah, absolutely. First, we look at the data. In our app, you can see we have a trip trend. We crawl all over the media, what topics that is very popular, on trend.
So you have social media data telling you, people are asking about
this.
safari,
Exactly.
longevity, health screening trips or whatever. So you get that kind of data-driven insights. Because Jane, I remember first time I visited you, you brought me into this huge
data
control room. Then you showed all the traffic, all the bookings. And I was very happy to see Singapore then was number 2.
Exactly.
China, right? A lot of traffic coming from China tourism. You still use that control room
Definitely.
to give you some sense of the demand on the ground?
Oh, that's
next
so
time
when you and your team come, I love to show the new data.
Wow.
Now the data is covering the whole world rather than just a small portion of the world.
Wow.
So developing very quickly.
Really? I remember you told me also several years ago that it was an experiment, right? Was it 80 days round the world?
Correct.
Or how much was it again?
It's about 200,000
US dollars. And you thought it was an experiment, but it sold out in
17 seconds.
17 seconds.
That's
crazy. Have you done any more wild experiments like that?
Yes.
You have?
So after COVID, the package is updated to 500K.
Okay.
And we break the 80 days in 4 miniature trips because our customers feel 80 days is very long.
Okay.
So it's 20 days,
20 days.
4 different
But they
continents.
buy 4 packages.
4 packages.
So it's still 80 days,
80
but
days.
split into 4 different journeys. Oh, how exciting.
And it's flash sale again.
I have to learn about this. You know, like you really push the boundary around imagination and experience. And that's what people want to spend money on these days, right?
Exactly.
They want to spend money on experiences in a way that money can't buy, but just memories. They want to make memories with their loved ones.
Yes.
And they want to go further, stay longer.
Yeah.
And it's not about material things, right? It's about experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Particularly after COVID, if you ask young people what's their priority, travel is number one.
Travel's number one.
Wellness is number two, and events is number three.
Wow.
So people really appreciate the freedom to travel around the world, and we want to empower them.
Wow, that's fantastic. So Jane, changing kind of topics a little bit, you are an icon in your country, you're an icon in the region, you're an icon in the world. Why? Because you are this incredible leader. You can morph with the times and yet stay grounded and real. And you're a mom, you big promoter of female talent. You told me yourself how you even, encourage women who work for you to have children. And it's getting harder and harder because young women are marrying later and later. And you were sponsoring a lot of them to have IVF, etc. You're such a human leader, and yet you have this fantastic results-driven organization. Sometimes it's like, how do you drive for results and yet be so grounded and human and loving?
Thank you.
For want of a better word, right? People love, they gravitate towards you.
Thank you.
But yet you get the results that your shareholders love. Share the secret.
I learned a lot from you. You're great to see you. So I think our mission is to provide excellent services for our customers. Whatever we do, we need to put our customer first. So when we run our business, we hold ourselves at very high standard. For example, when a customer calls us, within 30 seconds, a live person needs to pick up the phone. And hopefully we can use their native language to serve our customers. When there is a unexpected disaster happened during customers' trip. For example, Japan had a tsunami. Nepal had an earthquake. Within 2 minutes, we need to make sure we reach out to the region, reach out to these customers.
Do you have an SOS team?
We do.
Oh,
we do.
wow.
Global.
So global SOS team.
24 hours.
And what do you do? So if there's an earthquake or tsunami, they're on the phone to the customer?
To the customer. Make sure we know where they are. We work with the local hotels, local tour operator, move them to the safe area, offer hot meal, hot shower. The very next day, if our customer want to come back to their home country, we'll work with the airlines to make sure we bring them back to their home country.
That's really going the extra mile.
Yeah, that takes very strong discipline and execution. And if you put yourself in customers' shoes, you want people take care of me if I were in that situation. So when our customer service team is on the line, they work as if their parents are there, their sisters and brothers are there.
So that really resonates because you're showing your customer you care.
We care. We really care.
And you really care. And that's authentic. Right?
Exactly.
In a way, that's authentic leadership because you really care.
Right.
And I think it's not just your customers. I think your employees and your staff also see that you care. You really do.
Yeah.
And that creates long-term sticky relationships.
Exactly.
Right? And yet you scale because you're using smart technology and AI, but the baseline is you care, you trust, and you're long-term.
Right. And we empower our team as well. Because sometimes the situation changes. They're empowered to make the right decision.
How do you empower them?
First of all, our system needs to give them the capability to identify what's going on the regional level, what we can do. The second way is if it's something we have never run into, do the right thing. If you were the customer, how would you like to be taken care of?
So you've basically told them, do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Take care of the customer first. Just do the right thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. In a way, you have to rescue lives, right? In a time of crisis, that life is invaluable.
Exactly.
It's priceless. So do the right thing.
Right.
That's fantastic. So Jane, you're also a marathon runner and a mom of 2 grown-ups now, right? And you work hard, but I think you stay fit. Tell me more about Jane outside of work. I heard a rumor that you don't sleep.
Yeah, I
Which
only
is
need,
like, wow, how do you do it? I need sleep. I need my beauty sleep. So you survive for what, 3 hours a
3
night?
to 4 hours is enough for me.
Wow. So you get up early and you go running?
Yeah, in the morning, I try to go to the office early and I get all my things
So
done.
what time are you in?
Between 6 to 7 o'clock, I'm in the office.
So it's pitch dark.
Yeah.
You're probably the only one in the office,
Yeah,
right?
very early.
Yeah,
right?
very early.
And then I try to get my email checked, all the things I need to read done. Starting from 8 o'clock, my one-on-one starts.
Right.
Working with our partners, customers, employees, government agencies. And when the kids are young, I try to bring work paper home at 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I told my assistant not to schedule any call before 9 p.m.
All right, so 6 to 9 is sort of family time.
Family time. I have dinner with them.
Yeah.
When they were young, I read them stories.
Wow.
When they get a little older, help them with schoolwork.
Yeah.
When they go to bed,
Yeah.
after 9 o'clock, NASDAQ opened.
Wow.
Europe
That's when you
is
start.
still
Yes, because of course
excited.
you're NASDAQ listed.
Right,
You gotta
right.
talk to all your investors globally.
Right. So my overseas
24
call
hours.
normally is
Starts
in the
at
evening.
9.
Yeah, in the
Wow.
evening.
Wow.
That's how I balance work and life. So in our office, I promote 2 hours, 2 days, and 2 years. 2 hours is if you're not traveling, spend 2 hours, at least 2 hours quality time. Don't check your email, don't check your cell phone, just spend quality time.
Detox from digital.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And 2 days is if you're traveling during weekdays, I encourage our employees to spend 2 days quality time with their families. 2 years is for women that pregnant. I think the year when they got pregnant, the year after they are pregnant are very critical.
Yeah.
We really need to take good care of them. The good thing is if you take good care of your employee, they will develop lots of loyalty
Yes,
for
yes,
you.
yes.
And that's a very good positive
Yes.
cycle.
Every time I come and visit you, Jane, I see a lot of your colleagues, and a lot of them are long-term, long-serving, loyal female
Right,
colleagues,
right.
right? And I see that you have a very strong female advocacy, and that's wonderful. No.
So we do quite a lot to support women employees.
Yeah.
When women are pregnant, we offer free taxi to bring them to work and take them home. When they give birth to new babies, we give them $10,000 per year consecutively for 5 years. We commit $1 billion for this program. And
You're
also-
really helping the fertility rate.
That's right. That's right. And then we also noticed the most highly talented women employees, when they get their PhDs or master's degree, they already reach an age of 27 or 28. And their doctor will tell them after 35, their
hard.
pregnancy
Yeah.
is difficult and risky.
Yes.
So we only give them 7 to 8 years to build a career,
Yes.
build a family, and have children.
Yeah.
Compared to male workers, they have much longer
longer
rapid
runway.
time
Yeah.
for their career paths.
Yeah.
So we were thinking how we can better support our women employees.
Yeah.
And we come up with a policy that if they want to use high technology
Yeah.
to have their eggs frozen,
Yeah.
we'll pay for it.
Wow.
We're the first high-tech company who offer this policy.
Wow.
So as a result, more than 50% of the workforce are women.
Yeah.
More than 40% of the middle managers are women. And more than 1/3 of the executives are women. And I still think we have room to grow.
It will grow because the younger ones will keep rising.
Right.
You've got a lot of followers who will
Right.
keep rising. That's awesome.
Right.
Well done, Jane,
Thank
for
you.
that. I think
Thank you.
on behalf of all the women who are working, thank you for being such a trailblazer and doing the right thing for women, because it can be tough, right? Trying to
Yeah.
balance both.
True.
So you said, so I know you're a runner, so you do running.
Yes,
you
I
run
try
every day?
to, on weekdays, Tuesday and Thursday, 10 kilo. On the weekend,
10
I run
yeah.
a half marathon.
Half marathon.
So for the whole week, I run a marathon.
So that's 42K
42K
every week. You are
Try
mad.
to.
Oh my God. Oh, respect. And what else did you have other hobbies? Do you like this?
Our family are big skiers. In the winter, we
wow.
enjoy skiing.
You go skiing.
Yeah, in the summer, we enjoy diving. We also hike the markets.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Is it true? I heard that, there is a new economic policy in China that is 冰雪经济, which is like a snow ice economy. Is that growing? Is that growing in popularity?
Huge.
Yeah.
So in Harbin,
Yeah.
if you haven't been there, I love
haven't
to
been to
host you.
Harbin. I would love to go with
They
you.
built
Yeah.
a city
Of ice.
made of ice.
Ice
So
sculpture.
beautiful and
Yeah.
lit up and slides.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
And then also ski become
Yeah.
very popular after the Winter
okay.
Olympic Games
Yeah.
near Beijing.
Yes, of course.
So yeah.
Gu Ailing, right?
Gu Ailing,
became
yeah.
an icon. So, so China's really embracing skiing and the snow and ice economy now.
Right.
That's a new sort of hobby of yours
Right,
adopting.
in the winter.
Wow, wonderful. That's good to know. So you're a runner, you're a skier, you're a hiker, you're a CEO, you global expansion, global domination. What do you not do? I know what you don't do. You don't sleep. So with that, thank you. I've learned so much from
Thank you so
today.
much.
It was just so power-packed, inspiration-packed, and you're such an inspiration and such a good friend. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you so much,
for
Suzanne,
that
for
generous
having me.
sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.